I actually was almost a
Yeah.
statistic. I ended up going to prison and overall doing 13 years. When I got out of prison, I had that emptiness in my heart, that void in my heart that so many people feel. And I didn't know that that was not just only depression, but just that hole in my heart walking around. I was making money. I'm selling drugs, making $30,000, $40,000 a month, $50,000 a month. And I had everything I wanted, the car, the penthouse, and just everything, but could not get rid of that emptiness. And I believe, going back to your question, God gives everybody a chance. And before he gives people a chance, though, he needs to break them all the way down. He created human beings out of dirt or dust, as they say. And in order to receive the seed, the good soil has to remain good soil. But I was very hardened. I was like cement. If you drop the seed, which is the word, it cannot produce life. So God was breaking me down to this position, going through YA, going through prison, seeing stabbings, seeing beatings, seeing murders, rolling people off the yard, riots, and all kinds of stuff. He was actually in my life the whole time. I obviously didn't know that, right? He was walking with me the whole time, but he was cultivating me and bringing me out of these things. So I learned at a very young age to trust myself, but in the same stroke, when I got out of prison, I had to learn to distrust myself, because every single time I trusted myself, it led me to either prison, it led me to getting shot or shooting people, getting stabbed or stabbing people. So every time I trusted myself, I ended up in such a horrible predicament. God was able to show me through my pastor that I met that every single time you followed your thoughts, Johnny, what was the outcome? Net positive or net negative? It was always a net negative. I was like, man, it doesn't make sense, right? The world teaches you to do, good and follow your heart and believe in yourself and trust in yourself and trust your heart. But my heart would change constantly. I was unstable. So every time I trusted myself, unstable outcome, right? So it was almost like he borrowed his lens, his eyes to me one day to reflect on my life and go, man, if everything was so good out of you, Johnny, and everything like you planned came to fruition, why did you end up in prison? Why is your life so miserable? Why are you so sad? And he was able to really have me kind of check myself in that way. And I was able to be self-aware and self-reflect on that. And I think that's the only difference. Everyone goes through trials and tribulations. Everyone goes through issues. But if you cannot self-reflect and sit there and go, you know what? The way I led my life was horrible. You got to get to that position. And I think out of everybody else, it's not out of luck. I just was able to, out of grace, get to that position to go, I cannot ever trust Johnny Chang ever again.